The Kamala Harris rally in Glendale, Arizona is said to have gotten 20,000 attendees. I'm gonna be honest, that's a pretty big number, and that's something scary for Trump supporters. That crowd is pretty big. 20,000 people fit in that stadium, and it seems like Trump supporters should be really scared about now. And I was looking at the pictures like, damn, that is a lot of people. But then I looked up there, like up to my left over there, and then I zoomed in, and it looks like they blocked something up there. And it looks like they blocked something up here as well. And I'm thinking, like, what could it be? Because it's kind of dark. And to me, it seems like there's room there for more seats. So then I zoomed in on other pictures and I was like, whoa, look at that. A whole nother section. And on the other side, a whole nother section up here as well. So now I'm thinking, if the stadium fits 20,000 people, like half the top is empty.
What's going on, guys? We gotta talk about copycat Kamala, okay? Fraudulent Kamala, lying Kamala, because this lady in her entire campaign is just totally fraudulent. Everything about these people are fake. So she just hosted a campaign rally out there in key swing state, Phoenix, Arizona, where apparently the crowd started leaving way before her speech was over.
So as you see, it doesn't seem like many people are very interested in actually sticking around for Kamala Harris's speech, which is odd to me. But this is literally, a minute and a half, 2 minutes worth of people literally just walking out, and it's just a never-ending stream. I mean, if I were to record this and continue recording this, it would be a solid 10 minutes of people just leaving in droves. So that's interesting to me. I've never seen a rally where people leave this early.
In addition to that, I've been seeing like a lot of buzz flying around on her Twitter account saying that she had like larger crowd sizes than Donald Trump, which were totally fraudulent. And to prove it, literally some people made videos about this, but one dumb idiot fool had a video basically trying to expose Donald Trump. Meanwhile, what they actually did is expose Kamala Harris on accident, and then later turned around and deleted the tweet. I have it up on the screen here right now. It says, breaking, Trump has ordered his team to literally cover up entire levels of venues he's unable to fill with black cloths to make it appear as if there aren't thousands of seats. Only problem is that this was Kamala Harris's event. So this dummy, William Legate, whoever the hell this is, was stupid, foolish. And they accidentally dunked, looking like LeBron out there, shout out to MJ, Kobe, on the Kamala Harris fraudulent campaign. Okay, so over here, you see all of this black? This is all curtained up, okay? All curtained up. And I'm gonna show y'all to make it even more obvious in a second. But it's supposed to be people up here. All that you see is black. It's supposed to be people. You can see it back here, and I'm showing you a close-up. So they've got it looking like they're filled up to capacity. It's the current capacity that y'all wanted to fill it up to because you knew you couldn't get any more people there. So, okay, I'm gonna let this guy narrate here, but he straight up went behind the curtain, unauthorized, but he's at the event.
Completely cordoned off. They're hiding.
I'm gonna go back real quick.
All completely cordoned off. They're hiding it behind a curtain. You're not allowed to walk up here, but you know how it is. So, just so you guys see the amount of seats here, there's well over 1,000 seats that have been basically completely blacked out. Once they realized the attendance wasn't going to be this much, they started drawing the curtain farther this way,
and then farther this way as well.
Dang shame. I told y'all from the beginning of this video, fraudulent. This is coupled with a lot of rumors and speculation and leaked documents online, making it appear as though people are being paid to show up for these events. Now, I'm not going to get into those because I have not been able to verify the authenticity of them, but there sure as hell is a lot of them. And for the Trump rallies, I haven't seen anything like that. I literally only started seeing them as it related to the Kamala Harris rally. And when you look at the fact that people are leaving and they got literally curtains up trying to block the empty seats so you can't even see that the seats are empty, it does appear as though the Kamala Harris campaign literally has an entire curtain over the entire thing. Like, everything about this lady is fake and fraudulent, including, yes, her race, being a black woman, is also fake as hell.
You know, I met a daddy, a fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation.
On top of that, you also had a rally in Las Vegas for Kamala Harris where she proceeded to steal, that's why I called her a copycat Kamala, steal Donald Trump's idea for no tax on tips. Take a look.
Because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips.
Eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
What makes this so fraudulent is that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden literally work to get 80+ thousand IRS agents hired just last year. And during that same time period, they introduced a new program to ensure that you report tips to the IRS. So it doesn't make sense to develop that program, and now all of a sudden that you're running for an election, now you want to say, oh, we're not going to tax tips, we're not going to tax tips, just to steal Donald Trump's thunder.
Well, in some other news, the Internal Revenue Service has unveiled new guidance to crack down on tips received by food and beverage industry workers. The proposal is a voluntary tip reporting program between the IRS and employers in various service industries, according to the website. The agency stated that employer participants will demonstrate compliance with the program requirements by submitting an annual report after the close of the calendar year. The program will also offer liability protections to participating employers. Critics slam the new proposal, saying that it will only be a matter of time before the guidelines move from voluntary to compulsory.
The IRS is floating a new program to better track tips in the service industry. Under the Service Industry Tip Compliance Agreement, restaurants, bars, food delivery, and other establishments where workers earn money from tips would voluntarily participate. The new program would facilitate the agency's monitoring and taxing efforts of the service industry, which currently requires workers to simply declare what they earn.
A point Republican Congressman Thomas Massey poked at in a tweet, saying, quote, how many waiters and waitresses are making more than $400,000 per year, Mr. President? A reference to Joe Biden's commitment not to raise taxes for anybody earning over that amount of money. Implication being that this IRS change in policy will, in fact, amount to a constructive tax on these lower wage workers.
Yeah, that had a very sinister sound, tipping compliance authority type deal. I mean, this is exactly the complaint that that I have raised and a lot of other people on this show, that, you know, give the IRS more resources and they're going to target waiters and waitresses and Uber drivers and people of that nature.
Some accused President Biden of lying when he promised that his proposal to increase funding and staffing for the IRS would only be used to help the agency target the wealthy.
Now, come on, guys. Let's be real here. Based off what we've seen from the Biden-Harris campaign, who the hell realistically believes that Kamala Harris would actually go through with what she's saying here? Like, technically, the Biden-Harris administration has only gone through with things that are bad for the U.S. economy, such as, for example, opening the border. That's one campaign promise they made that they sure as hell kept. They said they was gonna open the border up, and they sure as hell did it. As far as anything else that was gonna put real money back in the average consumer's pockets, these people have failed miserably. Even some of the news media has called them out about this whole copycat nonsense. that it was Donald Trump's thing first.
I know Donald Trump, saying that the vice president copied him, but
last night we saw a big speech in Nevada by Kamala Harris, and she came out for no tax on tips. Where have I heard that before?
I'd say at the rate that things are going, Kamala Harris is soon going to say, we're going to drill, baby, drill, and we're going to build this border wall, because it seems like they really don't have anything, guys. This is exactly why the website is not populated. KamalaHarris.com is just donate. Just give us money. That's because that's all the Democrats care about. They don't care about policy. They're going to just do and say whatever the hell they want and see if they're lucky enough. If they can get lucky enough and cheat enough and gaslight enough and fundraise enough to get across the finish line without literally promising anything except for great things that Donald Trump promises, and then turn back around and do the Uno reverse like the Democrats always do. They get in office and they're like, fool. Now I'm not gonna drill. I'm gonna keep the borders open. I'm gonna keep the wars going. I'm gonna tax the hell out of your tips, and you're gonna vote for me again next time so I could do this shit again. That's what the left is gonna do. That's what Kamala's gonna do. That's what crooked tampon Tim is gonna do. And this is why you should not vote for those losers this November. They obviously can't be trusted. As you can clearly see, these people are copycats, these people are frauds, and they must be defeated. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
The contrast could not be more stark. On the one hand, you have a radical left puppet candidate who is fake, fake, fake. And on the other hand, you have a president who will fight, fight, fight for America.